Again, we're here with Pastor Mike, who is doing some work on our district, but also around USA, Canada, and even kind of globally for the Sudanese ministries. And so we're excited today to talk with him about the ways that his ministry is also kind of emerging from this pandemic, and even planted a church within the pandemic, which is exciting here in Arizona as well. So I'm excited for you to share with us just a little bit about that. But how was that planting of the church here in Arizona? What were some of the challenges you all had, and how have you seen that grow?
Well, it been a little bit challenges, but with God help, you see, I was able to manage to do what the Lord wants us to do. Number one, there is a great fear in the heart of so many people, but yet, you see, God is not fearing. The day when we had the grand opening for the church, we had around 200 Sudanese attending.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest questions was, what would be the result of this gathering? So everybody was thinking that many people will be affected with corona.
Yeah. Right.
But a week later, my church administrator, Brother Yul, David Quezziol, called me and said, Pastor Michael, there is a great miracle. He said he'd been waiting for people to say they got affected. He said no one got affected during our gathering. And this is an indication that God was in the midst of that gathering. So it was a challenge, but at the same time, it resolved as a blessing because people have seen, you see, the hand of God. So it was one of the big fight. Yeah. It was one of the big fight, but God said, fight the good fight. And I have seen it as a good fight because we were the winner. Yeah. We thought the church is not going to be open, and yet, because God is on our side, we were able to open the Sudanese United Fellowship Church of the Nazarene here in Phoenix, Arizona. What a joy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hallelujah.
And since then, how have you seen ministry continue on after that, and
now, you see, we have around 30 to 40 or sometimes 50 people in attendance, even though there is still a fear in the heart of people, yet people are coming in there. They are still coming and worshiping and praise the Lord. And yes, the ministry is going well, and God is doing his part. And my assistant is also doing a great job whenever I'm not here in the area. So we communicate with each other and give him some directives and you see some kind of guidance of how we can minister to the community. So there is a great progress within the Sudanese community right now.
Were there things that you were wanting to do as far as a church plan goes? I know a lot of us, we have the normal outreach events and things that we would have done if there wasn't the pandemic, but were there things that you were kind of wanting to do or that you've planned now to start doing as things are opening back up?
I have two visions for this city. Number one vision is to see different Sudanese ethnic groups coming together in the Church of the Nazarene. Because of the civil war that took place in South Sudan, it became, there is a big friction among the Sudanese tribes for them to pray together, worshiping together. So it becomes difficult. Even here, many Sudanese are divided simply because of what happened in South Sudan. But what I'm visioning to see when things open up is to call a big events where I will have Denka, Nuer, Asholi, different people, Shuluk, and other South Sudanese tribes coming together and see themselves as one. Because Jesus died for the whole world. He died for people of South Sudan. That means they are all children of God. And I think that unity will remind them that they have one Father, you see, who is God. So we all become the children of God. I wanted to see that happening. And at the same time, I wanted to do more with South Sudanese youth. We have many young people in Phoenix, Arizona, who move out from different states, come here and hide themselves. They have no good connection with the community. So I wanted to find way of how I can indeed reach them and minister to them. And those are the things that I wanted to see. Plus, we have so many Sudanese in Tucson, Arizona. I wanted to plan another congregation over there. I wanted to see the Democrat, you see, the geographical location of Phoenix and know the population of the Sudanese. And that will help me to determine where to open another congregation within Phoenix as well. Mm-hmm. You see, among my people. Yeah. I am completely understand that the mission has come home. America is a mission field. Mm-hmm. But sometimes many people do not understand that. Yeah. We have so many people came from different walk of life. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that many who came from all those places are born again people. Right. They need Jesus. If we can send our missionaries to Taiwan, India, or Africa, and other parts of the world, I see myself as one of those missionaries. Because if their goal is to preach the gospel, what am I doing here right now? I'm preaching the same gospel. And there is a need in America, where people who are living in a neighborhood doesn't mean that they know Jesus as their Lord and Savior. So they need us. Yeah. Many Sudanese who left Sudan and came here, they need Jesus. And who are the people who will be able to read them? You see, as someone who know the culture, who also know the language, who walk with them and live in the refugee camp with them. So I know how to read them. I know how to speak to them. But it would be very difficult for you to read them right now. Right, yeah. But for me, it is very easy. My technique of planning a new congregation is when I find a leader. Right. So I always target the leader. So when I find the leader, people will come. Yeah. You see?
So that's a beautiful way for us to even think of church planting within our just denomination as a whole, right? That as we have young leaders, we're raising them up and then sending them to somewhere else. I know our district was able to help with some of the facility improvements here in Arizona. Are there other ways, that as the district is watching this video and interacting with us, are there ways that we can still help alongside your ministry? We'll definitely be praying, but if there's specific ways we can be praying, you can share those with us. But are there other needs that you would think, hey, this would be a great partnership for us to come in and do those things?
Amen. Yes, number one, the district already has done a great job by partnering. Number one was the way they supported what I'm doing. Because without the support that the district has done, I will not be able to do all the things that I've been doing right now. And then that's number one in terms of uh, giving me the opportunity to do the work that I'm now doing. Because perhaps if I'm just working maybe in one of the company, I will not be able uh, to go around and minister to God people. I will not be able to be the blessing to the new churches that we open, because in this pandemic, we actually opened 3 churches.
That's great.
Just this year alone, 2021, we opened this one in January, and then February we open another one, April we open another one, and in fact, hopefully this month we will open another congregation in Iowa.
That's awesome.
I did not even mention that. You see, the reason why we are now growing is because of what this district has done with the collaboration with West Texas District. You see, for these 2 districts to say, we wanted to stand behind to what you are doing. And because of their stand, I'm now able to do the work that the Lord asked the Church of the Nazarene to do. You see, that's number one. Number two, another partnership. Yes, uh, the facility that we have right now, uh, it still needs some work. It still needs some work, some repairing that need to be done as well. Plus, the congregation that we have, they are not, you see, capable of taking over, you see, uh, everything by themselves now. So I'm still, you see, asking all the churches in the district to partner with us so that we can continue ministering to the local Sudanese community. We choose to live in Phoenix, you see, and I think for them to say, we want to live in that dry place where there is sunshine every time. So it's a blessing for our denomination because many people will start moving here. Some of them already tired. You see, they felt so tired of snow. And you see, according to the way we communicate as South Sudanese, many are actually moving to Phoenix because they are so tired of snow.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live in it either.
Exactly, exactly. So that, though, you see, the district already stand. They stood with me in this partnership, you see, supporting me to move around and around. That is a great partnership. And if they can continue doing that, we will be able to reach so many people. Like one example, uh, last week I was actually driving and visiting on Sunday last week. And one of the lady who lost her son in Omaha, Nebraska, called me and said, Pastor Michael, do you have a minute to talk to me? And I said, yes. So I just parked my car on the road and said, the reason why I call you, you may not know me, but we've been watching what you've been doing, the way God is using you in our community. She said, I lost my son. My son committed a suicide. And because of that, all the family got affected. We become so emotional. And we felt the only person that will come and help us calm down in that kind of emotional feeling is you. We felt we invite you to come to Omaha, Nebraska, May the 29th, so that you can minister to us, you can minister to our family. Now, if this is not because of what this district has done, I will not be able to do what the community is seeing.
Yeah. Well, it's
I'm
been
so delighted to be part of this family. my
yeah,
brother.
we're excited to have you. It's been excited to hear all of what you're doing and how God's using you even in the midst of pandemic
Oh
and all of
yes,
those things.
oh
It's
yes,
beautiful.
oh
In
yes.
the I'll link to some of your organizations and things in the comments on the video that we're sharing. But it's been exciting to hear what God is doing, and I'm excited to see what this conversation brings
Yes.
to our other conversations. But thanks for coming and letting
Oh
me hang out with you a little bit
yes.
today.
Hallelujah.
It's good.